Hey, welcome to Cockeyed and Curious. It's been a little while since I played a board game, at least on video, so I thought I'd show you all Dune Imperium. This is one of my latest acquisitions. I'm pretty excited about it because it's a combination of worker placement, not work replacement, which people often hear when I say it quickly, and deck building. Deck builders are one of my favorite genres. I play Shards of Infinity. I went through a period where I was playing Ascension and just other kind of deck building games on my phone by myself. Back in the day, I was real into Dominion. I still enjoy it. So it's a game that I love. It's just always there in the background. And of course, Dominion's that game that kind of started this whole wave of deck building games where you have a limited market that everyone's looking at and trying to build their best engine from. So anyway, there's a whole slew of these deck building games, and some have combined different aspects. Some have a board along with the deck. And so there's Clank, for example, which is fun, but ultimately it's just a little goofy. It's hard to take that seriously. Like, I don't feel invested. It's still a fun experience and I enjoy playing it, but who wins or loses is kind of just, it feels like a toss of a die. And that's not even anything against dice games. I play many dice games. It's just, it feels kind of random, and it's just you go through the experience. So whether or not that will stay in my collection, Clank that is, I'm not sure. But yeah, so Dune Imperium, what's cool about this game is that it has a solo option, so I can play it by myself. But what's also cool about it is you're building a deck and then using the cards that you've accumulated to help you place pieces on the board to then get more commodities. And there's an interplay because you can get those commodities through your cards as well as through the board. The game also has a little bit of area control in the form of conflict, but it's very not in your face, which is nice. It doesn't feel as cutthroat or personal as some other games. It's not the whole schematic of the game. A game like El Grande, it feels like a grind almost. You're just trying to like move things around, and everyone's moving things around, and you're trying to take over certain locations, and people are moving your pieces elsewhere and you're moving theirs, and you're just trying to like sneak in at the right moment. There's a little bit of bluffing, and it makes for kind of a very precise, intense experience. And for area control, unless it's like a full-on battle game, I just tend to prefer it to not be the main mechanism. So the fact that there's just like a dabble of it in Dune Imperium, but then you're mostly buying cards from a market, creating the best deck that you can, and then taking the moment of trying to figure out when to use different spaces on the board, knowing that you can conflict with other people and prevent them from using those spaces. It just creates a nice menagerie of different mechanics kind of fueled together. It's not that complicated to learn. Here's what the game looks like when it's laid out. I'm not actually going to show you any gameplay, but I would like you to know one thing. I'm going to have my friend Hedgie over here helping me ensure that I don't cheat at any point or make any mistakes. Probably will. He's a little bit of a cokehead, so you can't really trust a lot of his opinion. I found him passed out drunk, vomiting in the kitchen before. It's kind of a dark scene. He hangs out with strippers. There's a whole backstory to this poor little guy. He looks adorable, got a little belly, but he's a fucking nightmare. It's kind of gross that I get my water from, but it's just so adorable. And with that, thank you for watching Cockeyed and Curious.